Good morning. NEET Unit B3, Morphology of Flowering Plants and Anatomy of Flowering Plants. This chapter contains so many examples, terminologies and diagrams. So it is better to remember the examples belonging to this chapter along with the connected chapters as well as diagrams related with the anatomy. And it is better to remember some practical related diagrams also. So you can recollect your practical diagrams, and it will be helping you to remember so many answers for so many questions. Radical leads to the formation of, the answers are stem, primary root, secondary root and tertiary root. The answer is primary root because radical develops into primary root and the plumule develops into shoot system, and secondary root, tertiary roots are developing from branches of primary root and so on. So answer is 2 for question number 1. Question number 2, primary root and its branches constitute, first option taproot system, second option adventitious root system, third one tertiary root system, and fourth one is fibrous root system. Answer is 1 because in dicotyledonous plant primary root continues and divides into secondary root, tertiary and so on. So therefore taproot system is produced from the branches of primary root system. In monocots, fibrous root system is produced because radical dies and a bunch of roots are produced at the basal portion of the plant body. Whereas in the case of plant body, other than radical, if it produces root system, it is called as adventitious root system. So answer is 1. Region of root from root tip to the base of the plant is options have been given, that is region of maturation, region of elongation, region of meristematic activity, option number 1. Option number 2, region of elongation, region of maturation, region of meristematic activity, and option number 3, region of meristematic activity, region of elongation and region of maturation, and option number 4 is region of division, region of maturation and region of elongation. Answer is option 3. So you can have a diagram, a simple NCR diagram representing this. This is region of cell division followed by region of cell elongation, and next part is representing region of maturation with the root hair and region of cell maturation. Answer hence it is 3, the sequences from base to top. And at the tip there is calyptra, that is root cap, protective structure associated with the meristematic tissue. Diagram is referred with reference to NCERT diagram. Next one, it is connected to this. Root apex is covered by thimble-like structure or a protective structure, and it is called as root cap, otherwise called as calyptra. Options given: region of elongation, region of maturation, region of division, and fourth option is root cap, and answer is option 4. So meristematic zone is protected by calyptra. Next question. Prop roots are modifications of adventitious root system, and it is meant for, option is 1, support, second option is respiration, and third option is storage, and fourth option is increasing mass. In the case of banyan tree or other tree species, supportive structures are produced on the stem. So if it is a stem, so perpendicularly growing roots system, adventitious root system, and is constituting a prop root system in the case of banyan tree. Answer is 1, meant for mechanical support. Question number 6, connected to prop root. In the case of grasses, maize, sugarcane, the supportive structure develops from basal part of the plant body, slightly obliquely from the nodal region, and such obliquely growing root system developing from basal part of the plant body, they are called as stilt roots. And developing from a stem, option is 1, that is first option is stem, second option is secondary root, third option is leaf, and fourth option is primary root. So answer is 1, stem. Next one, which of the following plants have root pockets? First we need to remember what is a root pocket. In case of plants, root system is protected by, or meristematic tissue is protected by root cap. But in the case of aquatic plants, root cap is non-functional, and such non-functional root cap present in aquatic plants, it is called as root pockets, and hence answer is Eichhornia, first option, because it is an aquatic plant, whereas other options, mango, opuntia and banyan, they are terrestrial plants where root cap is prominently present. So answer is 1. Question number 8. In young root, the root hair zone is located in between. Answer are root cap and meristematic region. Second option is meristematic growing region and zone of elongation. Third option is zone of elongation and zone of maturation. And fourth option is root cap and zone of elongation. Same diagram. So here region of maturation and region of elongation, you can find the presence of root hairs which are helping in maximum absorption of water. Hence option it is 3. Between zone of elongation as well as zone of maturation, you can find the presence of root hairs. Fibrous root system is mainly found in, as already mentioned, in monocots. There is presence of a bunch of roots at the basal portions of the plant body, because primary root dies off and that gives rise to bunch of root system. Hence answer is monocot plant when comparable to other options, that is dicot plant, pteridophyte, bryophyte. Hence option number 10. Which one of the following is not the characters of root system? First option, presence of root cap, that is characteristic feature of root system. Presence of unicellular root hair, that is also characteristic feature. Absence of buds are also characteristic feature. But third option, presence of chlorophyll, is answer for the question. But this is exception to certain plants like Tinospora, where assimilated root system is present, which is consisting of chloroplast. Hence it is helping in photosynthetic activity. So answer is 3. Which of the following plant shows adventitious roots? Answers are given: grass, monstera, banyan tree. Option 4, all these. Answer is 4, because all these plants are produced with the adventitious roots. Question number 12. Select the correct statement with respect to nematophores. First one, plants such as rhizophora growing in swampy area bear such type of root system. Second one, these grows vertically upward, that is positively phototropic when comparable to other types of root system. Third one, these bear small pores which helps in the exchange of gases or oxygen for respiration. And fourth option, all these. Answer is fourth one, all these is answer, because nematophores are also called as breathing roots which helps in exchange of gases, and those small openings present in this particular part of the plant body are called as lenticels. Match the following questions has been given, that is type of roots which has been given. Answer is 3, and you can refer the table: conical root, fusiform, napiform and tuberous root, with the shape of root system: cone, globular, spindle, irregular, and examples also been given. Answer is option 3. Underground stems of potato, ginger, turmeric, Zaminkand, Colocasia are examples of modified stem, and they are meant for. Options are conduction of minerals, conduction of water. Third one is both 1 and 2, and fourth option is storage of food material. Answer is 4, that is they help in storage of food material. And while mentioning storage of food material, they store organic food material in different form. When necessary, they are also responsible for perenniation, that is overcoming unfavorable situation, and they are also responsible for propagation. So you can connect this particular part to first chapter of second PUC also. Next question. Question number 15. Stem tendrils are developed from dash, which are slender and spirally coiled structure. First option, terminal bud. Second option, axillary bud. Third option is both 1 and 2, and fourth option is shoot base. Answer should be axillary bud, because if it is terminal bud, they cannot produce the new shoot system, and hence axillary bud are supportive structure which will be forming tendrils. Next question. Green stem of unlimited growth which have taken over the function for photosynthesis is called as. Answer is 1, phylloclade, second one tendril, third one modified shoot, and fourth one is inflorescence. In opuntia, you can find the flattened leafy structures are produced, fleshy in nature. They also help in storage of excessive water, and leaf is modified into spine, and such structures are called as phylloclade, and hence option is 1. And characteristic feature in the case of xerophytic plants. Question. Match the following question with the underground stem, tendril, thorn, flattened stem and fleshy cylindrical stem. With examples given, answer is 4, where direct explanation, no explanation is necessary for this particular question. Leaf base expands into sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. This is characteristic feature of option 1 Dicot, second one is Monocot, third one is Pteridophyte and fourth one is Gymnosperm. In the case of sugarcane or grasses, you can find leaf base is responsible for covering at the basal portion, and this part is called as sheathing leaf base, and characteristically found in the case of monocotyledonous plant. Hence answer is 2. Next question. Swollen leaf base is also called as option 1 lamina, second option is petiole, third option is pulvinous, fourth option is leaf blade, and answer is pulvinous. In the case of leguminous plants, that is members of Fabaceae, the leaf base is swollen comparable to other types of plant body, and this leaf base swollen structure is constituting pulvinous leaf base, often associated with the folding of leaves, as in the case of touch me not plants also. Answer hence it is 3. Next one, that is diagram of leaf has been given. That is A is this, B is, C is this. A is constituting a leaf base, second one B is petiole and third one is leaf lamina. Answer hence it is 1. Next question, 21st question. Arrangement of veins and veinlets in lamina of leaf is termed as, first option Phyllotaxy, second option is Inflorescence, third option is Venation and fourth option is Petiole. Answer is 3. In case of dicots as well as monocots, veins, veinlets are arranged in the form of network forming reticulate venation, whereas in the case of monocots, you can find all veins are running parallel to each other, so forming a parallel venation. So characteristic feature of dicots is reticulate venation, and characteristic feature in the case of monocots is constituting a parallel venation. Answer hence it is 3. Match the following question. Pinnately compound and palmately compound leaf with examples are being given. So answers are direct, where questions which can be represented with the pinnately compound leaf with the neem and rose, and palmately compound leaf is associated with the silk, cotton and oxalis. But remembering type of leaf, when leaf lamina is not dissected, it is called as simple leaf. When leaf lamina is dissected into leaflets at different points, it is called as pinnately compound leaf, and leaf lamina, when it is dissected into leaflets at a particular point, it is called as palmately compound leaf. Answer is 2 with the specific examples. Inflorescence is arrangement of option 1 leaves on the floral axis, second one buds on the floral axis, and the third one flower on the floral axis, and fourth one is petiole on the floral axis. Answer should be option 3, because whenever we say inflorescence, it is called as a collection of flower buds or flowers, and two types of inflorescence are present. One is called as racemose and second one is called as cymose. Racemose inflorescence is characterized by indefinite growth with the acropetal succession of flower buds, so that older flower at the basal portion, younger flowers at the top, with or without stalk, that is pedicellate or sessile flowers, whereas cymose inflorescence is characterized by the flowers ends associated with the axis followed by branches give rise to again additional structure, so that once again representing racemose and cymose type. When combination of characters are present, often we may find presence of special type of inflorescence, and here answer it is 3. Okay. Leaf having single or undivided lamina is called as, it's already given earlier explanation in question number 22. Option number 1 is compound leaf, second option is simple leaf, third option is either 1 or 2, and fourth option is general leaf. Answer is 2, because when leaf is not dissected, it is called as simple leaf, and when leaf is dissected into leaflets, it is called as compound leaf. Hence answer it is 2. Next question. Modified shoots were in the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem is called as? Answer is flower, first option. Second option is inflorescence. Third option is shoot bud, and the fourth option both 1 and 3. Answer is 1, because whatever axis modified shoot where it is developing into flower, so answer is 1. This 6. Ginger is an underground stem and it is distinguished from roots because first option, it lacks chlorophyll. Second option, it stores food. Third option, it has nodes and internode. And fourth option, it has xylem and vessels associated with the conduction. So answer should be, it has nodes and internode. So underground modification of plant. So in ginger you can find a branched structure is present and having flattened structure, and each nodal region contains scaly leaves because of presence of nodes and internodes, and each node having small buds which may develop into new plant body. It is underground stem and it is not a root system, because if it is root system, nodes and internodes are completely absent, and lack of chlorophyll, storage of food material and presence of xylem element, it is even present in the case of root system also. Hence option should be 3. Next question. 27th question. In a flower, when 2 sepals are completely external and other 2 are completely internal, while only one is partially internal and partially external, and this type of aestivation is called as? Option 1, imbricate. Second option, quincuncial. Third option, twisted. And fourth option, valvate. So when we consider flower arrangement of sepals and petals, we can call it as aestivation, and there are 5 types of aestivation can be considered. First one, side by side arrangement of sepals or petals, it is called as valvate aestivation. Second one side in, one side out, that is called as twisted aestivation. Third one, it is one completely in, one completely out, remaining in and out, and this is called as imbricate aestivation. And the fourth one is constituting vexillary, a type of imbricate aestivation characteristically found in the case of members of Fabaceae. One completely out, one completely in, forming a combination of 2, and other 2 are in and out, and this is called as vexillary aestivation. And fifth one is representing quincuncial, that is 2 completely out, 2 completely in, and remaining in and out, as in the case of sepals and petals of guava. 1 plus 1, 2 here, 1 plus 1, 2 here, and 1 in and out, representing a quincuncial aestivation. Option number 2, answer for question number 27. Anthesis is option number 1, opening of flower bud. Second one, it is development of anther. Third one, maturation of anther. Fourth one is reception of pollen by stigma. Answer is 1, flower bud opening is called as anthesis. 29. The characteristic feature of flower which is represented by the floral formula but not by floral diagram is? Answers are aestivation, placentation, position of gynoecium, and adhesion of stamen. Answer should be position of gynoecium, because in floral formula we can represent calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium with the numerical value, and the numbers maybe 4, 2 plus 4, 2. And if I represent, this is characteristic feature of mustard, tetradynamous stamen with the gynoecium bicarpellary superior ovary. But this condition, position of ovary, cannot be shown in the case of floral diagram, but can be shown in the case of floral formula. But aestivation as well as placentation cannot be shown in the case of floral formula, but can be shown in the case of floral diagram. Hence answer is 3 for question number 29. 30th question. Perianth is found in a flower in which? First option, calyx and corolla are not distinguished. Second option, stamens are leaf-like. Third option, corolla leaf-like but calyx is colored. And fourth option, none of the above. Answer should be option 1. When calyx and corolla are not differentiated from one another, and is the term called as perianth. An individual unit of perianth is called as tepal. Option hence it is 1. Which of the following is correctly matched? Answers are onion bulb. Option second, ginger sucker. Third option, pistia runner. And fourth option is potato stolon. Answer should be onion with bulb. because ginger is represented by rhizome, and pistia is having a vegetative propagating structure called as offset, and potato is underground modification of stem called as tuber. Hence other three options are wrong. Answer is 1. Phyllodes are option number 1, green colored modification of petiole. Second option, these perform photosynthesis. Third option, these are xerophytic modification to reduce transpiration. And fourth option, all these. Yes, it is option 4, all these answer for that. Characteristic feature found in the case of acacia, where leafy structure, but actually once again this leafy structure is not leaf and it is expansion of petiole. Hence xerophytic feature in the case of acacia. Answer hence it is 4 for 32. Next question 33. Which of the following is or are underground stem? Answers are given. Option 1 is turmeric, second one Zaminkand, option 3 both 1 and 2, and fourth option is carrot. Answer is option 3, because carrot is underground modification of root system, taproot modification. Conical root is a technical term related with the carrot, whereas other two are underground stem modification. Hence answer it is 3. Next question 34. Grasses are examples of following type of stem. Option 1 is sucker, second option runner, third option stolon, fourth option is rhizome stem. And answer is 2, because runner is subaerial modification of stem creeping on the surface of plant soil, and ultimately they will be responsible for propagating into new plant body similar to that of oxalis centella. Answer hence it is 2 for 34. 35. Opposite Dicot Phyllotaxy is found in option number 1 Calotropis, option number 2 it is mango, 3 Hibiscus, and fourth one is Nerium. Answer is option number 1, because in mango and hibiscus you can find alternate phyllotaxy, and in Nerium oral phyllotaxy is present, and option 1 hence answer for that. However, before going to the next question, what is phyllotaxy? So arrangement of leaves on the stem, it is called as phyllotaxy. Easy to remember, 1 leaf per nodal region, it is called as alternate phyllotaxy. 2 leaves per nodal region, it is called as opposite phyllotaxy, and more than 2 leaves per nodal region, it is called as oral phyllotaxy. And when leaves found in pairs, if they are present superimposed one above the other, they are called as superimposed opposite phyllotaxy. Whereas when 2 pairs are present in a perpendicular position, they are called as opposite Dicot phyllotaxy. Option hence here it is 1. It is 6th question. Select the correct statement with respect to thorn. When we consider thorn, it is a modification of stem or spines, modification of leaves in case of cactus. But thorns are prominent woody structures, straight pointed structures. Hence answer should be 2 for the question, which helps in protecting the plant body with reference to grazing animals, and when comparable to other 3 options. Answer is 2 for question number 36. 37. Option related with the thalamus is given. Thalamus of hypogynous ovary is convex. Second option is concave. Third option is deeply cup shaped, and fourth option is flat. And answer is 1, convex shaped. Once again thalamus is present, and representing position of the ovary related with the flower. Position of the ovary is being mentioned. The next question, that is which of the following options correctly represents condition of the ovary? When gynoecium is present above the thalamus, and this condition is called as hypogynous condition, superior ovary is represented, where other floral parts are present below gynoecium. And when thalamus partly encloses the gynoecium, partly not covered, where other floral parts are arising from middle of the ovary, it is called as a perigynous condition. And when thalamus completely encloses the ovary, and hence other floral parts are arising from above part of gynoecium, then it is called as epigynous condition, inferior ovary. Answer should be 3. The diagram, that is hypogyny, perigyny, and epigynous condition. Answer should be 3 for question number 38. Select the correct statement. First option, runners are creeping stem with the long internodes running horizontally on the soil surface, produced in plants such as centella, grasses which grow horizontally in all direction. Second statement is suckers initially grow upward and then arc down to develop new daughter plant produced in mint, jasmine, etc. Third one, in stolon, lateral branches originate from basal portion of the stem which grow horizontally beneath the soil and then come out of obliquely upward as in chrysanthemum, pineapple, etc. And option 4, all these. Answer should be 1 because suckers and stolons have been given with the exchanged once again explanation. So option 2 and option 3 are not correct explanation for suckers and stolon. Hence answer 1 correct explanation for 39. 30th question. Match the following with reference to Phyllotaxy as already been mentioned. Answer is 1 with the alternate, opposite and oral Phyllotaxy with once again explanation corresponding to single leaf per node, pair of leaves arising from nodal region and more than 2 leaves per nodal region. Answer is 1 for 40. First question, find out the pairs which are correctly matched with respect to aestivation of petals. As already mentioned, aestivation is nothing but arrangement of petals and sepals. So combinations given, valvate Calotropis, twisted bean, Imbricate cassia, and fourth option or fourth one vexillary China rose. Of these A and C, that is valvate Calotropis as well as Imbricate as well as cassia related with the second, that is correct, whereas twisted aestivation is absent in the case of bean because in beans vexillary aestivation is present and vexillary aestivation is not present in China rose. Instead of that, it is having a twisted aestivation. So option 3 answer for question number 41. 42, main axis continues to grow and the flowers borne laterally in acropetal succession. This is characteristic feature of which type of inflorescence? Answer as already mentioned, option it is 2, that is racemose inflorescence, where older flowers at the base, younger flower at the top of the inflorescence, whereas in case of cymose inflorescence axis ends in the flower followed by lateral branches which also develops into new branches. So answer is 2 for question number 42. Choose the specific character of the flowers of Canna. First one, actinomorphic and radial symmetry. Second one, irregular and bilateral symmetry. Third one, irregular and zygomorphic. And fourth one is irregular and asymmetric. Answer should be option 4. Canna appears to be actinomorphic flower, but once again because of presence of 5½ sterile stamen and half fertile stamens, it is not actinomorphic and it is not even represented by bilateral symmetry or radial symmetry. Hence it is irregular, which is represented by asymmetric condition. So answer should be 4 for question number 43. 4. Flower is complete when it has option number 1, calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Option number 2, calyx and corolla. Option number 3, androecium and gynoecium. And option number 4, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Answer is 1 because when all floral parts, that is 4 floral parts are present, the flower is called as complete flower. When anyone is not properly present, then it is called as incomplete flower. And if male or female reproductive structure is absent, then it is represented as unisexual flower. Hence answer is 1 for 44. 45. Diagram of racemose and cymose inflorescence have been given. A is racemose and B is cymose. Hence answer is 1 for 45. So textbook diagram has already been represented. Answer is 1. Match the following with reference to racemose and cymose. Answer is 3 because racemose inflorescence is present in radish and mustard, and cymose inflorescence is present in jasmine and calotropis. And radish and mustard simple raceme is present, whereas in jasmine dicacial cyme is present and in calotropis polycacial cyme is present. So answer is 3 for 46. 47, it is related with the placentation. Textbook diagram of placentations are given. Arrangement of ovules on placenta, it is called as placentation. In beans, placenta is present at one margin where carpel is only one, locule is one, and many ovules are present only on one marginal placenta. And when you take the sectional view and observe under a microscope, you can find placenta is present in one side, so marginal placentation. And in hibiscus or lily, you can find placenta is present at the center with so many carpels, and each carpel is having individual ovary wall, so that so many locules are present, and each locule, if it encloses ovules on central placenta, it is called as axial placentation. Second one is axial placentation. And when carpels are many and locule is only one because of syncarpous condition, ovules are present at periphery, as in the case of papaya or cucumber, or in the case of mustard, and it is called as parietal placentation. Peripheral placenta is present. Whereas in the case of dianthus or primrose or primula, you can find the cylindrical axis of placenta arises, on which spirally arranged ovules are present. And if you take the sectional view and observe, placenta is freely present in the center with ovules attached to it, hence it is called as free central placentation. And in sunflower, grasses, or plants which are having a single ovule, placenta is present at the basal part of the ovary, having only one ovule, it is constituting basal placentation. So one carpel, one locule with many ovules, it is marginal placentation. Many carpel, many locule, many ovules, it is axial placentation. Many carpel, one locule with many ovules, it is constituting parietal placentation. Many carpel, single locule with the basally arranged placenta which are freely present, free central, and one carpel, one locule, one ovule, it is constituting basal placentation. Answer hence it is 1 for 47. 48th question. Which of the following statement is or are correct? First statement is calyx and corolla are reproductive organs of flower. It is wrong. Zygomorphic flowers can be divided into equal radial halves in any radial plane. That is also wrong. Flowers without bract is called as bracteate. That's also wrong. It should be ebracteate. Parthenocarpic fruits are formed after fertilization of the ovary. It is also wrong. So A, B, C, D, 4 statements are wrong. In legume, seeds are non-endospermic. Yes, characteristic feature of majority of dicotyledonous plants when comparable to monocots. And in gulmohar or cassia, the aestivation is imbricate. So E and F statements are correct, and first 4 statements are incorrect. Answer is 1. Largest flower is of. Direct answer. Answer is Rafflesia, option number 1. Nilambo is lotus, Helianthus is sunflower, Olphia smallest flower of a flowering plant. Hence answer is 1. Yes. 50th question. How many plants in the list given below have marginal placentation? For this you need to remember the members of Fabaceae as well as the examples given associated with the marginal placentation. So answers given or options given are mustard, gram, tulip, asparagus, arhar, sunhemp, chili, colchicine, onion, moong, pea, tobacco, lupin. Of the following, gram, arhar, sunhemp, moong, pea and lupin are having marginal placentation because they are belonging in Fabaceae. Hence answer is 3. That is 6 examples are belonging to or showing marginal placentation. Aestivation already explained. So diagrams have been given with reference to aestivation. Answer is valvate, twisted, imbricate as well as vexillary. Answer is 2 for question number 51 with the textbook diagrams whatever given. 52. Fruit generally produced after fertilization. So answers given. Fruit is mature ovary developed before fertilization. It is not possible. Second option, ripened ovary developed before fertilization. That's also not possible. Before fertilization, the fruit is produced. It is called as parthenocarpic fruit without the fertilization. And hence answer should be 3. Ripened ovary developed after fertilization. So often edible in terms of commercial value. And fourth option, mature underdeveloped ovary is also wrong. Hence answer is 3 for 52. 53. Select the correct statement. True fruits develop from ovaries after fertilization. Yes, because when fruit or ovary is developing into fruit, it is called as true fruit. Parthenocarpic fruits develop from ovaries without fertilization, that's also true, because of which seedless fruits are developed, and even hormonal treatment is responsible for formation of seedless fruit. And false fruits are the fruits which are developing any other part of the flower other than ovary, as in the case of apple or in the case of cashew fruit is considered. Hence option 4, all these statements are correct statement, hence answer is 4. 54th question.
Yes.
Next question is 54. Diagram of a drupe has been given, that is a textbook diagram. Mango as well as coconut has been given. In case of mango, this is constituting epicarp, and mesocarp is edible, juicy in nature. Endocarp is stony, and hence often drupe is called as stone fruit. And within that there is one single seed which forms a single seeded condition. Similarly in the case of coconut also, instead of edible mesocarp, fibrous mesocarp is present. So diagram whatever given with alphabets, answer is 1. A is epicarp, mesocarp, seed as well as endocarp with reference to question number 54. Match the following with reference to sepal conditions or petal conditions are given along with the stamen. So gamosepalous condition is a condition where sepals are fused together. Polysepalous condition is the condition where sepals are free from one another. Similarly, gamopetalous, polypetalous, same condition. Epiphyllous is the condition where stamens are attached to the perianth lobe, and staminode is nothing but sterile stamen. And match the following with the explanation given in the question 55. Answer is 1. 56. Maize grain is, answers are seed, embryo, third option is ovule, and fourth option is fruit. Often we confuse maize as a seed, but it is a dry indehiscent single seeded fruit often called as cypsela, consisting of fruit wall which is mixed or combined with the seed coat forming the husk. Hence it is fruit. Answer is fruit, and it is not a seed, within which what edible part is actually seed. What type of placentation is seen in sweet pea? As already given explanation, marginal placentation. Answer is 3, with the single carpel, single locule having many ovules on marginal placenta. Answer is 3. 8. In papilionaceous corolla, we can find total 5 petals. One petal largest constituting a standard petal, often called as vexillum, and 2 wing petals represented as alae, and 2 keel petals together forming a boat shaped structure, keel petals represented as technically called as carina, with a combination of vexillary aestivation, that is one completely out and one completely in, union of 2, and remaining in and out represented by vexillary aestivation. Hence answer keel is related with the option number 2, that is petal, not sepal, stamen or carpels. So therefore answer is 2 for 58. In dianthus, the placentation is free central, where a dome shaped cylindrical placenta arises from the base. So this is a longitudinal section of the fruit, and many ovules are present in the center associated with centrally located placenta. Locules are absent, only one single locule is present, so cross walls are absent, because of that only single locule. And when you take sectional view and observe, placenta is present at the center surrounded by ovules. So therefore free central placentation. Answer is 2 for question number 59. Next question is mango juice is extracted from the mesocarp portion, fleshy structure. So answer hence it is 2 for question number 60. A type of fruit called as stone fruit having a hard endocarp region. Which of the following statement is correct? statements given are in tomato, fruit is capsule, it is wrong, it is berry. Second statement, placentation in primrose is basal, as already mentioned in the earlier question, it is free central. Third statement, seeds of orchids have oil-rich endosperm, but we give example of orchid seeds for non-endospermic seed. Smallest seeds of flowering plants are represented by orchid seeds. And hence option 4, flower of tulip is a modified shoot system. The explanation often given, the flower is condensed modified shoot meant for sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Hence answer is 4 for question number 61. 2. In exalbuminous seeds, the food is stored within. Answer is endosperm. Second option cotyledon. Third option is seed coat. Fourth option is pericarp. Types of seeds when we consider, in case of seeds there are two types, endospermic and non-endospermic seeds. In endospermic seeds, endosperm is retained even after embryo development, and that is assisting germination of seeds, whereas non-endospermic seed, endosperm is consumed after embryo development, so that for the purpose of germination the reserve food material is stored in the form of cotyledon. So therefore in exalbuminous or non-albuminous or non-endospermic seed, answer should be second, that is cotyledons will be storing the organic food material. Next one, epipetalous is a condition of option 1, adhesion of stamen, second one cohesion of stamen, third one aestivation of petal, and fourth one position of sepal with respect to petal. So option 1 answer for that, because when petals are attached with stamen or stamens are present above the petal, the condition is called as epipetalous stamen, and if stamens are attached to the perion, then the term is called as epiphyllous stamen, as you can find in the case of members of Liliaceae. Cohesion of stamens are represented by monadelphous, syngenesious, and synandrous stamens. Stamens respectively. So monadelphous single bundle, including even diadelphous stamens can be represented, diadelphous and polyadelphous stamen, polyadelphy, so represented by adelphi. So answer should be 1 for question number 63. 64, match the following with reference to the parts of seeds, fruits and so on. Coleorhiza, food storing tissue, parthenocarpic fruit, single seeded fruit developing from monocarpellary superior ovary, and membranous seed coat with the examples given in column number 2. Answer should be fourth one. Diagram of Dicot seed has been given, that is grams, Bengal gram seed has been given. The direct answer option number 2 for that, that is A is seed coat, B is constituting hilum, the connecting portion of the stalk and the seed, and C is constituting a small depression that's called as a micropyle, which is the site through which water enters during the process of germination. 6th question, if both anther and filaments are fused together to form a compact structure, it is termed as option number 1 syngenesious, option number 2 androecious, option number 3 syngynandrous, and option number 4 it is synandrous stamen. Answer is option number 4, that is synandrous stamen. So as represented here, as in the case of members of cucumbers. In case of synandrous stamen, anther having stamen, anthers along with filament together forming one bundle, forming one mass, where the entire component constituting mass, and that is called as synandrous. Whereas syngenous stamen characteristically found in the case of sunflower family, where anthers are free, filaments are free, anthers are united forming one unit, and this is called as syngenous stamen. Adelphi, monadelphous in the case of hibiscus, where forming one bundle, where filaments are united, anthers are free, monadelphous. In case of pea plants, 9 plus 1 diadelphous stamen, and in the case of citrus, that is many bundles are forming a polyadelphous stamen. So answer should be fourth one. 67. Of the following species which are medicinally important, the members belonging to 3 families have been given: ashwagandha, aloe vera, Allium sativum and Rauwolfia examples have been given. Options are all these, all except A, all except B and C, all except C. Answer should be all these. All the 4 examples given are medicinally important. Yes. 68. The technical term used for androecium in a flower of China rose is, as already mentioned, when filaments are united, anthers are free from one another, the condition is called as monodulphus. Mono means single, adelphi means bundle. Single bundle formation, monodulphus stamens are considered. Hence, answer is 3 when comparable to polyadelphous stamen in the case of citrus, and diadelphous stamen in the case of pea plants, and polyandry is the condition where many different types of flowers are present, that is male flower, female flowers, as well as sterile flowers. If it is present, it is constituting polyandry. So therefore option it is 3 for question number 68. Branch that deals with study of fruits and their cultivation is called as option 1 palynology, option 2 pomology, third one is andrology, and fourth one is dendrology. First option palynology is related with study of pollen grain, so therefore it's not the answer. Second option answer for the question, that is pomology, study of fruits. Andrology is related with study of human male reproductive system, usually related with the health related aspects, and dendrology is related with the age of an organism and the study of wood, often representing in the case of tree species. So answer is 2 for 69. The placenta is attached to developing seed near the, answer is testa. Second option hilum, third option micropyle, and fourth option is chalaza. Answer should be option number 2, that is hilum. When you have the ovule represented, anatropous or orthotropous ovule, the connection of ovule to the placenta is called as funicle, and body of the ovule is connected to the funicle and it is called as hilum, and this is constituting the scar associated with the seed, and that is the answer for question number 70, that is hilum is a connecting structure that is associated with the seed related with funicle. First diagram of maize has been given. Simple diagrammatic representation. So answers are A, B, C, D has been given. A is representing aileron layer, B is constituting endosperm, C is represented with the coleoptile, and D is constituting coleorhiza, along with the plumule and radicle. So answer should be 1 for question number 71 with the diagram of maize. Next question 72. Which of the following are not characteristic feature of Fabaceae? Fabaceae is a member of Dicot. So let us see the options. Option number 1, taproot system, compound leaves and raceme inflorescence. Yes, it is true. Flowers are actinomorphic, twisted aestivation and gamopetalous. That is wrong, because in Fabaceae papilionaceous corolla is present, which is not showing actinomorphic condition. It should be zygomorphic. So therefore second statement is wrong, and other 2 statements are correct. Stamens are 10, intros bent towards the inner side, basifixed where anthers are attached to the basal portion, and dithecous where 2 anther lobes are present, and a single carpel, fourth option, monocarpellary, ovary superior with the bent stigma. That's also correct. So therefore option number 2 for 72. Vexillary aestivation characteristically found in Fabaceae with papilionaceous corolla, and the condition of petal is 1 plus 2 plus 2, standard petal, wing petal and keel petal. So answer is 1, not belonging to other families. Fourth question, floral formula representing mustard plant. Calyx 2 plus 2, corolla 4 or 2 plus 2, that is cruciform corolla is present. Androecium is 2 plus 4 and gynoecium is 2, superior ovary, parietal placentation. Answer should be fourth one when comparable to other options. 75. G and G represents G represents with once again basal line represents superior ovary, and G with the line on its once again top, it is constituting inferior ovary, and hence answer is option number 1, superior ovary and inferior ovary respectively. 76. Epipetalous, epiphyllous conditions are shown by option number 1 C, A, option number 2 P and A, option number 3 it is 1 or 2, option number 4 both 1 and 2. Answer should be once again 4, both 1 and 2. Epipetalous, it is androecium associated with the corolla, attached to the corolla. Epiphyllous, it is related with perianth. So answer is 4 for 27. Bicarpellary, gynoecium and oblique ovary occur in. When you consider the ovary, generally we represent ovary in this particular axis. However, in Solanaceae family, that is brinjal family, we can find the ovary is oblique with the fleshy placenta. So many ovules are present on fleshy placenta, axial placentation, and of the following answer, option number 1 mustard, second one is banana, third option pisum, and fourth option brinjal. Answer should be fourth option brinjal. So answer is 4. 78. Match the following with the combinations of androecium with families Brassicaceae, Fabaceae, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Brassicaceae, that is mustard, A2 plus 4 in the case of mustard, so that option it is 1, A4. Fabaceae, it is A9 plus 1, diadelphous condition, and Solanaceae, it is A5, free stamens, however epipetalous stamen, and in Liliaceae A3 plus 3. Answer is 1 for question number 78. 9. Pulse yielding families of plants is option number 1 Poaceae, second option Cucurbitaceae, third option Liliaceae, and fourth option Papilionaceae. Option is fourth one Papilionaceae. The members of legume plants which are having once again are represented under this particular family, otherwise called as Fabaceae family. So answer is 4 for question number 79. 80. Fusion of floral whorls are indicated in the floral formula by calyx 5, corolla 5, androecium 5, gynoecium 5 if it is represented. So if you put once again numbers in brackets, then it is constituting a fusion of floral whorls, that is either gamosepalous, here it is polypetalous, and free stamens and carpels 5, that is syncarpous condition. So answer is 3, enclosing the number within the bracket. That should be the answer for question number 80 when comparable to other 3 options. Question number 81. Which of the following is not correctly paired members? Fabaceae legume family, yes it is correct. Solanaceae potato family, yes it is correct. Liliaceae sunflower family, it is wrong, because Liliaceae is called as lily family, whereas sunflower family is called as Asteraceae. So therefore answer is 3 for question number 81. Brassicaceae mustard family, that's also correctly represented. 82. In cereal grain, single cotyledon of embryo that represented by, as again representing same diagram of maize, along with plumule, radical, single cotyledon of the flower or ovary is constituting a scutellum. So answer should be 3 when comparable to option number 1 plumule, option number 2 coleoptile, option number 3 scutellum, and option number 4 coleorhiza. So answer is 3 for question number 82. 83. Which of the following features are correct with reference to Liliaceae? 4 statements have been given and separate 4 options have been given. First statement, members consist of umbel inflorescence. Yes, it is true. Umbel inflorescence is a type of inflorescence belonging to racemose group, where many flowers are arising at a particular point. However, older flower at the base, younger flower at the top. And second one, stem is bulb or bulblet in the case of plant. So that again that's also correct. In onion you can find condensed stem is present with the fleshy leaves forming bulb, or in garlic it is bulblet. And C, flowers consist of undifferentiated non-essential whorl, that's also correct. That is representing perianth in the case of member. Perianth is characteristic feature in the case of Monocotyledonous family, majority of monocots. So that's also true for Liliaceae. Stamens are characteristically epipetalous and monodulphous in nature. That is wrong. It should be epiphyllous and free stamens are present. So therefore all except D, fourth option, answer for 83. 84. Fruit type in Liliaceae is option number 1 capsule, option number 2 drupe, nut, third option, fourth option is caryopsis. Answer should be capsule, where derived from tricarpal, tricarpellary, syncarpus and trilocular with axial placentation, splits open from all the suture, releasing seeds outside. So it is a type of dry dehiscent fruit when comparable to fleshy fruits, represented by drupe. And nut is dry indehiscent fruit, so it's not represented as in the case of cashew nut. Caryopsis in the case of paddy, wheat, once again dry indehiscent fruit. So answer should be 1 for 84. 85. Which of the combinations are true, representing different types of plants belonging to Fabaceae with their commercial value? Answer is 2, that is gram, same, moong and soya bean is represented by pulses. Soya bean and groundnut, it is oil yielding plants, edible oil is extracted. Indigofera dye is extracted. And D, that is sun hemp, is represented by fiber yielding plant. Sesbania and trifolium, they are yielding fodder for animal. Lupin and sweet potato, often sweet pea, often representing the ornamental plants, and muliati representing medicinal value belonging to Fabaceae. So option is 2 for 85. 86. Assertion reason question. In Fabaceae, stamens are diadelphous in nature. 9 plus 1 stamens are present. Yes, it is true. Gynoecium consists of single carpel with marginal placentation. That's also true, but it's not giving any reason for assertion. Hence, option 2 for question number 86. One more assertion reason question. In fruit of brinjal, enlarged sepals are attached with it. Yes, it is true. And it is called as persistent corolla. It is wrong, because when sepals are attached with the fruit, it is called as persistent calyx, characteristic feature of Solanaceae. So answer is 3, that is assertion is true and reason is false. One more assertion reason question. In exposed potato tuber, develop chlorophyll and turns green. Yes, it is true, because when potato tuber is exposed to sunlight, the storage plastids, that is leucoplasts, are converted into chloroplasts. And reason, potato tuber is modified stem and its cells have ability to develop chlorophyll content when it is exposed to light. Yes, it is true. So first answer, it is both assertion and reason are true, and reason is correct explanation of assertion. Answer is 1. Assertion reason question, one more. Incisions of leaf lamina reach up to the midrib. In case of simple leaf, it is wrong, because only in compound leaf incisions reach up to the midrib. So pinnately or palmately compound leaf. And second statement, that is reason, in pinnately or palmately compound leaf, incision do not touch to the midrib. That is also wrong. So option is 4. Both assertion and reason are false. Are modified stem which performs the function of leaf, as in the Opuntia? Yes. Some phylloclades store water, mucilage and also latex, that is cactus, so that they will be helping in overcoming unfavorable dry season. So however, why phylloclades are represented, it's not given. So answer is 2 for question number 90. It is related with the anatomy of flowering plants. So first question of anatomy. Even after damage of apical meristem in grasses by grazing animal, the primary growth is continuous due to the presence of option number 1 intercalary meristem, second option apical meristem, and third option is cambium, and fourth option is lateral meristem. So when we classify meristem based on their position, we can represent 3 types of meristem. One is apical meristem, second one is meristem in between primary permanent tissue, that is called as intercalary meristem, and third one is constituting lateral meristem. And primary meristem is represented by apical and intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem is often represented by secondary meristem. And if apical meristem is removed, intercalary meristem is responsible for formation of elongation of stem. So answer should be intercalary meristem in case of grasses. Second question, during the formation of leaves and elongation of stem, that is leaf primordia as well as elongation of stem, some of the cells left behind in between the axils of leaf and stem, and that is constituting axillary bud. Axillary bud. Hence, options given, of the options given, option 2 is the answer. When comparable to apical bud, it is not the answer. Axillary bud here present in between leaves, so answer is 2. Terminal bud again is representing same, and lateral cambium is responsible for secondary growth in the case of plant body. Question. Lateral meristem responsible for secondary growth in plants are option number 1 fascicular cambium, second option is interfascicular cambium, third option is core cambium, fourth option all these. Answer it is 4, because fascicular cambium present in between xylem and phloem of cambium in dicot stem and comparable to monocot stem. Interfascicular cambium is the cambium produced in between interfascicular cambium present in between two vascular bundle during secondary growth, and core cambium is produced in the extracellular region during secondary growth, and all the three are constituting lateral meristem responsible for increasing girth of the plant body. Hence it is constituting answer 4 for question number 3. Question number 4, apical, intercalary, lateral meristem as given earlier diagrammatic representation are classified on the basis of position. So option 3 for question number 4. However, if I link with other options, that is first option origin, second option function, fourth option development. Based on origin, there are two types of meristem. One is called as primary meristem, second one is called as secondary meristem. Primary meristem is responsible for primary growth, that is increase in length of plant body, whereas secondary meristem is responsible for secondary growth, that is nothing but increase in girth of the plant body. And based on function, the classification represented are, that is constituting of three types of meristem. Dermatogen produces epidermis, peribulum or ground meristem responsible for formation of ground tissue, and procambium is responsible for formation of vascular tissue. So representing us again based on function, and based on development it is same, that is primary and secondary meristem. So answer should be 3 for question number 4. Yes. Question number 5. Mature cells or cells of permanent tissue regain the capacity of cell division because they undergo. Answers are differentiation, second option is dedifferentiation, third option redifferentiation, and fourth option is development. Answer should be once again dedifferentiation. So primary meristem responsible for formation of primary permanent tissue. Process is called as differentiation, and primary permanent tissue regain the capacity of meristematic activity to develop into secondary meristem. Process is called as dedifferentiation, and secondary meristem after once again a differentiation, often the process is called as redifferentiation, produces secondary permanent tissue. The terms often represented even from growth chapter also, and hence answer should be second. Dedifferentiation is a phenomenon where secondary meristem is developed after regaining capacity of cell division by a permanent tissue. Next question. When you compare permanent tissue, there are representing simple permanent tissue comparable to complex permanent tissue, and simple permanent tissues are of three types, that is parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is often called as simplest tissue and also fundamental tissue, whereas collenchyma is called as living mechanical tissue present associated with dicotyledonous plants. And in case of dicotyledonous plants, it is forming hypodermis of young stem as well as in the midrib region of dicotyledonous leaves, whereas in root system Colenchyma is completely absent. And in case of Colenchyma, when you consider Colenchyma cells, there are unequal thickenings are present. Because of that, intercellular spaces are generally absent, and one of the types of Colenchyma is constituting angular Colenchyma, where angles are completely deposited. Whereas Colenchyma having small intercellular spaces, whereas thickenings are present in walls facing intercellular spaces, it is called as lacunar Colenchyma. So generally intercellular spaces are absent excepting lacunar Colenchyma, and even in lamellar Colenchyma, Colenchyma is represented by layer cells with the thickenings are also represented by layer, constituting no intercellular spaces are present. So therefore generally intercellular spaces are absent in the case of Colenchyma. So answer is 2 for question number 6. Next question, axillary bud and terminal bud are derived from activity of apical meristem, as already given earlier explanation. The classification of meristem based on position, apical meristem is responsible for axillary bud as well as terminal bud, so that they will be responsible for elongation of stem in the case of plant body. So answer is 3 for question number 7. Which of the following tissue is the only mechanical tissue in monocots? Option number 1 parenchyma, option number 2 colenchyma, option number 3 sclerenchyma, fourth option phloem. So of the following options, option number 3 sclerenchyma is the answer, because parenchyma is not the mechanical tissue, colenchyma is completely absent in monocots, and phloem is food conducting tissue and it cannot be a mechanical tissue. So therefore option number 3 for question number 8, and it is most prominent mechanical tissue in case of monocots. Question number 9, vessels are different from tracheids. Xylem is represented by 4 tissue, that is xylem tracheids, xylem vessels, as well as xylem fibers, which are 3 non-living tissue comparable to xylem parenchyma. And when we consider and compare xylem tracheids as well as vessel, tracheids are elongated with narrow lumen, and vessels are smaller, shorter in size with broader lumen. End walls are either perforated or completely open. Because of fusion, they are forming multicellular structure, so that pipeline-like arrangement within the plant body of angiosperms are seen because of vessels, which helps in the efficient conduction of water. So answer 1, hence option for question number 9, multicellular in nature, formed by end-to-end fusion of vessel members with wider cavity than that of tracheids, because tracheids are forming bundles but not forming multicellular structure when comparable to vessels. So option 1 for 9. Question number 10, which of the following is elongated and spindle shaped? Options given, first one sclerenchyma fiber, second option scleroid, third option parenchyma, and fourth option is colenchyma. Of the 4, first option answer for that, because sclerenchyma fibers are elongated bundled forms of a structure with the lignified cell wall, so non-living component, and scleroids are of 5 different types represented by brachyscleroids, which are often called as stone cells, which are oval or elliptical in their shape, macroscleroids, which are elongated rod-shaped cells, so often called as rod cells, osteoscleroids, which are having dilated end with the bone-shaped appearance, so that constituting osteoscleroid, star-shaped representation of scleroids constituting astroscleroids, found in some aquatic plants in petioles of lotus and nymphea, so constituting astroscleroid, and hairy scleroids with the branch structure representing trichoscleroid. So these are not representing too much elongated than that of this. Parenchyma normal, oval or elliptical in their shape with the elongated structures also, and colenchyma, as mentioned earlier, it is also oval elliptical in their shape. So answer 1 for question number 10. Which of the following is nucleated? First option is vessel, second option is sieve cell, third option is tracheid, and fourth option is companion cell. So option of the following option it is 4. Sieve tube, companion cell, as well as phloem parenchyma represents living component of phloem along with phloem fiber, which is non-living component. Sieve tube is the only enucleated living cell present in the case of plants, whereas companion cell is often represented by sister cell derived from same mother cell. It is the nucleated one. It helps in controlling activity of sieve tube, and hence of the following options are given, option it is 4 for question number 11. 12th question. Which of the following is responsible for maintaining pressure gradient in the sieve tubes? So diagrammatic representation is given. So option number 1 sieve tube element, option number 2 it is companion cell, option number 3 phloem fiber, and option number 4 is phloem parenchyma. Of the 4 options, option number 2 answer for that, because companion cell it helps in loading of food material from mesophyll tissue, sucrose, into sieve tube element, and the phenomenon is called as vein loading. Often we will be representing a turgor pressure gradient responsible for shifting of food material from production end to consumption end. So therefore sieve tube is getting food material through companion cell, and hence maintaining pressure gradient assisted by companion cell. So answer should be 2 for question number 12. Question number 13. Cuticle, a waxy covering present on the surface of the plant body. So question is, cuticle is absent in first option mesophyte, second option young root, third option mature stem, and fourth option leaves. As it is a protective waxy covering, it is commonly present in above ground parts of the plant body. So therefore it is present in mesophyte, it is present in mature stem, and even it is present in leaves comparable to root system, because in root system presence of cuticle may not help in absorption of water. So as it is preventing absorption of water, cuticle is absent. So answer is 2 for question number 13. 14th question. Conjoint and closed vascular bundles with no phloem parenchyma may be observed in option number 1 it is monocot stem, option number 2 monocot root system, option number 3 dicot stem, and option number 4. And it is observation as far as sectional view are considered. So the answer is monocot stem, where closed, conjoint, collateral, and closed vascular bundle, phloem towards the outer side, xylem towards the inner side, and 2 metaxylem elements, 1 or 2 protoxylem elements with the remaining protoxylem elements forming lysigenous cavity. So without having any cambium is representing closed vascular bundle. So metaxylem, protoxylem, lysigenous cavity, or protoxylem cavity appearing human skull appearance. So if you observe any diagram in this particular shape, you can directly represent it as monocot vascular bundle or monocot stem vascular bundle. So answer should be 1 for question number 14. 15th question. Meristematic tissue in vascular bundle is. So in case of dicot vascular bundle comparable to monocot vascular bundle, cambium is present, and this cambium is called as intrafascicular cambium. Intra means within, fascicle means bundle, so that cambium responsible for secondary growth, but it is very prominent. Remember that it is a primary meristem responsible for secondary growth when comparable to the other options. It is corcambium, interfascicular cambium, and fascicular cambium. So answer should be 3 for that. So that primary meristem responsible for secondary growth in the case of plant body. Yes. 16th question. Apical meristem of shoot apex is. Option number 1 is intercalary meristem, option number 2 lateral meristem, option number 3 it is primary, and option number 4 secondary meristem. Answer should be primary meristem, responsible for primary growth, that is increase in the length of the plant body. Next question. Yes, secondary meristems are formed due to the process of. as already given in the earlier question in another way. So regain the capacity of cell division by a process called as dedifferentiation. So answer should be second when comparable to differentiation, redifferentiation, and fourth option none of this. So answer should be second for 17.
Yes.
18th question, which of the following is not a characteristic feature of meristem? When you say meristem, it is dividing tissue, continuously growing tissue, where cells are compactly arranged without having any intercellular spaces. They have dense cytoplasm with a prominent nucleus. Nucleus is very prominent because they have duplicated DNA, so replication has occurred, so therefore larger nucleus is present. And plastids are present in proplastid condition, and organelles are ill-defined, not yet developed when comparable to the primary permanent tissues or secondary permanent tissue. So therefore, of the following option number 1, presence of prominent nucleus, presence of intercellular spaces, absence of vacuole, and proplastids are present, answer 2 should be the answer for question number 18. 19th question, closer vascular bundles lack, already given earlier diagrammatic representation, they lack cambium in between xylem and phloem, so answer should be 3 for question number 19. Procambium produces option number 1 epidermis, option number 2 pith, option number 3 vascular bundle, option number 4 vascular bundle and pith. Answer should be vascular bundle because it is the meristem responsible for formation of xylem and phloem in the case of plant body, representing apical meristem. So answer should be 3 for 20. 21, water containing cavities, so represented in monocot stem. So answer should be option 1 sunflower, option 2 maize, option 3 cycas, and option number 4 is spinel, and answer is maize because monocot vascular bundle when comparable to 2 metaxylem and 1 or 2 protoxylem and remaining protoxylem, that forms a water containing cavity, otherwise called as lysigenous cavity, and it's also called as protoxylem cavity. So answer should be second for 21. Which is living mechanical tissue when comparable to dead mechanical tissue, that is sclerenchyma. So collenchyma is living mechanical tissue because parenchyma is called as fundamental tissue, phloem is food conducting tissue, so therefore answer is 3 for question number 22. 23, so the cells which protects the vascular bundle of dicot leaves by forming bundle sheath extensions are answer 1 collenchyma, answer 2 is parenchyma, option 3 is sclerenchyma, and option 4 is sclerite. And in dicots, stem and leaves, collenchyma is generally representing a protective structure, so forming hypodermis. So around the vascular bundle in dicot stem as well as dicot leaves, collenchyma forms the bundle sheath extension, so answer should be 1 in the midrib region. So option 1 for question number 23. 24, collenchyma forms hypodermis of, as already explained in earlier slide. So option 2 answer for question number 2 because in root system collenchyma is completely absent. Monocots also collenchyma is completely absent. Only in dicot stem you can find presence of collenchyma forming the hypodermis. 25, deposition of wall material in sclerenchyma is. So when you consider fibers, sclerenchyma fiber, always it is made up of lignified wall. So therefore they are non-living at maturity comparable to pectin and cutin. They will not be forming sclerenchyma. And suberin is forming Casparian thickenings in the case of endodermis of root system as well as cork tissue in the case of extracellular region. Hence answer 4 for question number 25. 6, in a dicot stem, the vascular bundle is, so this is the diagrammatic representation, conjoint, collateral and open vascular bundle. So should be collateral, so where the phloem and xylem are present in one lateral position or one radius. So answer should be 1 for question number 26. Living component of xylem comparable to phloem is xylem parenchyma. Comparable to tracheids, xylem fibers as well as vessel, all the three are constituting a non-living tissue. So therefore xylem is often called as non-living conducting tissue when comparable to phloem, where only phloem fibers are non-living. So often phloem is called as living conducting tissue. So answer should be 4 for 27. 28, dead component of phloem is phloem fiber. Diagram is here. So answer is 2 for question number 28. 29. Chief conducting element of xylem in cycas is option number 1 vessel, option number 2 sieve cell, option number 3 transfusion tissue, and option number 4 is trachea. Answer is trachea, because in gymnosperms along with the pteridophyte, the vascular plants which are primitive in nature, they contain tracheates as a conducting element when comparable to vessels, which are characteristically found in the case of angiosperms. Whereas transfusion tissue, they are representing a lateral conducting tissue in leaf of cycas. So option 3 is not possible. Sieve cells anyway, food conducting tissue. So answer should be 4 for 29. So question is pith and cortex are not differentiated in option number 1 monocot stem, option number 2 dicot stem, option number 3 monocot root, and option number 4 dicot root. So answer should be option number 1, because in dicot stem, dicot root and monocot root, epidermis, cortex followed by endodermis are characteristic feature, whereas in monocot stem, epidermis is followed by hypodermis made up of sclerenchyma, followed by ground tissue without having too much of distinction, within which you can find vascular bundles are scattered atactocelic condition. So answer is 1 for question number 30. 31. Monocot roots differ from dicot roots in having. So for this diagram may be useful. Comparison of diagrams. Epidermis with the root hairs as it is considered, followed by cortex, and innermost layer of cortex is endodermis with Casparian thickening, and vascular bundles are more prominently distinguishable in the case of dicots and monocot root system. In dicot root system, xylem and phloem patches are 4 each, diarch to hexarch condition, whereas in monocots, xylem patches and phloem patches are many. So condition is polyarch. More than 7 patches of xylem alternated by phloem patches are present, so that polyarch condition is characteristically found in the case of monocots when comparable to dicots. So you can represent open vascular bundle is wrong. In both cases it is a closed vascular bundle. Presence of root hair characteristically found in both dicot and monocot root hair. Number of xylem and phloem strands on answer for the question. So answer is 3, and presence of cortex again is found in both cases. So answer should be 3 for question number 31. 32. In root pericycle gives rise to. So inner to endodermis there is a layer of parenchyma cells, and that is called as pericycle. And pericycle is responsible for formation of lateral roots, so that the endogenous origin of lateral root in the case of plant body, and also it is responsible for formation of cambium, because outer to xylem the pericycle is undergoing dedifferentiation, and dedifferentiated tissue that is forming cambium. Inner to phloem you can find presence of conjunctive tissue is also responsible for formation of cambium. So cambium and lateral root. Answer 1 for question number 32. Lateral roots as well as cambium when comparable to other 3 options. So answer 1 for question number 32. 33. Passage cells. So if you compare the entire anatomical portion of a dicot or monocot root system, innermost layer of cortex is endodermis. Endodermis is having suberized thickenings, and those suberized thickenings are called as Casparian thickenings. When suberin is present, water is not entering into the vascular bundle. So therefore there are some tissues or cells of endodermis which are responsible for entry of water, and Casparian bands are absent, and such cells are called as passage cell. So answer should be 4 for question number 33. Endodermis of roots facilitating rapid transport of water from cortex to the xylem elements. In monocot leaves, bulliform cells are characteristically responsible for rolling of leaves. So question is, bulliform cells are also known as dash, occur in dash epidermis of dash leaves. So therefore answer should be motor cells. Often they are called as motor cells because they help in rolling of leaves, present on the upper epidermis of again monocots. Hence answer is 3 for question number 34, preventing transpiration in monocots. 35. Which among the following are sister cells? So as already given earlier diagrammatic representation of phloem, where sieve tube and companion cells are called as sister cells because they are derived from same mother cell after unequal division. One is larger tube-like structure, another one is nucleated controlling tissue. So answer is 4 for question number 35, sieve tube and companion cell. Select the mismatched pair. First one root hair unicellular, second one stem hair multicellular, third one trichomes cause loss of water, and fourth one guard cells opening and closing of stomata. Option is 3 because trichomes they do not help in transpiration, instead they prevent the process of transpiration when comparable to other 3 options, because unicellular extension of epiblema or epidermis of root system is called as root hair. On the epidermis of dicot stem or leaf, you can find the presence of multicellular extensions which are called as trichome stem hairs, and guard cells which are either kidney or bean shaped in dicots or dumbbell shaped in the case of monocots. They help in opening and closing of opening called as stomata. So option is 3, trichomes preventing loss of water. That should be the answer, but once again it has been given wrongly, cause loss of water. Question number 37. XR condition of xylem is found in exarch and endarch condition. Endarch condition are based on arrangement of protoxylem as well as metaxylem. Protoxylem, if it is facing towards periphery, metaxylem towards the center, the condition is called as exarch condition, and protoxylem towards the center, metaxylem towards periphery, it is called as endarch condition. XR condition is characteristically found in the case of root system. Endarch condition is characteristically found in the case of stem of dicots and monocots. So answer should be 1 for question number 37 in root system when comparable to stem or leaves. 38th question. Match the following with the different types of tissues have been given: meristem, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, epidermal tissue in one column, with their functions, that is photosynthesis, storage, mechanical support, actively dividing cells, stomata, sclerites. Answer is 2 for the match the following question. Epidermal tissue system is derived from option number 1 protoderm, second one procambium, third one peribelum, and fourth one is pleurome. Answer should be protoderm. Derm refers to skin, so dermis, that is epidermal tissue system. So answer is 1 for question number 39 when comparable to procambium produces vascular tissue, peribelum and pleurome. Peribelum is producing ground tissue and pleurome is also producing a vascular bundle. So answer is 1 for question number 39. Question number 40. Which of the following statement is true? 4 statements have been given. First statement, vessels are multicellular with narrow lumen. Second one, tracheids are multicellular with narrow lumen. Third one, vessels are unicellular with wide lumen. And fourth one, tracheids are unicellular with narrow lumen. As explained earlier, vessels are larger or wider lumen with smaller in their structure, whereas tracheids are elongated having narrow lumen. So answer is 4 for question number 40. 41. Periderm consists of option 1 phellogen and phellem, second one phellem and phelloderm, third one phellem, phellogen and phelloderm, and fourth option is phellogen and phelloderm. Answer should be third one as per as secondary growth, because Corcambium after secondary growth, whenever it produces tissue towards outside, it produces phellem. Phellem is also called as cork tissue and produces tissue towards outside, that is called as phelloderm. It is also called as secondary cortex, and this Corcambium, also known as phellogen, forms secondary tissues in the case of extrastellar region, together called as periderm. So answer should be option 3, phellem, phellogen and phelloderm. Lenticels are, while Corcambium activity, that is phellogen activity, is continuous at places of stomata, the activity of Corcambium is very active in such a way that loosely arranged parenchyma cells are produced, which ruptures the epidermis along with other tissue, forming a lens-shaped outgrowth, and this lens-shaped openings are called as lenticels, which helps in exchange of gases. So answers given are resinous products secreted in the stem. Second option, openings present on the leaves. Third one, buds in the axils of leaf, and fourth one, openings on old stem with loose cells. So answer should be fourth one, helping in exchange of gases with the raised outgrowths on the stem representing lenticel. So during secondary growth, and even pneumatophores, that is breathing roots, also contains lenticels for exchange of gases. Wood present in annual ring is option number 1, heartwood and sapwood. Second one, springwood and autumnwood. Third one, heartwood and autumnwood. Fourth one, springwood and sapwood. In plants growing in temperate area, climatic variations or temperature variation is very prominent, because spring, summer are favorable seasons, early part of the year. Autumn and winter are unfavorable season, that is later part of the year. And during this season, that is spring and summer, chemium activity is very prominent in such a way that xylem vessels or wood formed is having larger cavity, proportionately having a lesser lignification in this particular xylem vessels. When comparable to this particular vessel formation, during autumn and winter, xylem vessels are narrow. When narrow, proportionate lignification is thick, so appears darker in coloration, and together forms 1 year's growth. And this xylem is called as springwood, and this xylem is called as autumn wood, and together, as it is forming 1 year's growth, it is called as annual ring in temperate region. So answer should be 2, springwood and autumnwood for question number 43. Duramen is option number 1, periderm. Second option is bark. Third option is sapwood, and fourth option is heartwood. After secondary growth in stellar region for few years, say for example for about 10-15 years of secondary growth in the stellar region, centralmost xylem element slowly becomes non-functional, and this non-functional xylem elements, it is called as heartwood, or it is also called as duramen. And this duramen is durable because it is containing various resinous contents, resins, tannin, essential oils and other substances, and they are more protected from infestation of insects, and therefore they can be used for various commercial purposes also. And even there are specialized ingrowths of xylem parenchyma, they are also present, they are called as styloses, so that completely they are non-functional centrally located xylem appears darker in color when comparable to peripheral xylem elements, which are functional xylem element representing sapwood. Alburnum is a term applicable to this particular sapwood, and together forming the entire plant body. And each year heartwood is continuously added, so therefore bulk of the plant body in an older stem, it is always represented by heartwood. So answer should be 4 for question number 44. Next question, 45. Complementary cells are associated with the loosely arranged parenchyma cells present in endodermis. So it's wrong, because endodermal cells are compactly arranged. Second one, loosely arranged parenchyma cells associated with lenticel. Yes, answer for the question. So second option, answer for the question. And third and fourth options are wrong. Compactly arranged collenchyma cells with intercellular spaces. So that's wrong. When compactly arranged collenchyma are present, intercellular spaces are generally absent. Bundles of fibers associated with lenticels, also wrong, because lenticels do not associate with the fiber. So answer is 2 for exchange of gases, because when parenchyma are loosely arranged, the diffusion of gaseous substances are easily possible. So answer is 2 for question number 45. 46. In dicot root, cambium is. So again, dicot root anatomy, if I just represent, Diagrammatically, tetrar condition of xylem is present. Phloem alternated, so radial arrangement, alternate patches, and around the vascular bundle there is pericycle. Outer to that there is endodermis. There is actually no cambium in the initial stages. However, when secondary growth occurs in the case of stem, to compensate secondary growth in root system, there is a dedifferentiation of tissues. Tissue lying outside the xylem, that is constituting a pericycle. Here again pericycle, here pericycle, and here pericycle, and tissues in between xylem and phloem, which is called as complementary tissue, which gets dedifferentiated. So initially a wavy cambium is produced. Because of activity of cambium at different position is variable, they slowly become circular cambium, and that coincide with the cambium of stem and responsible for increasing girth of root system also. So answer options given, derived from pericycle and conjunctive tissue, yes. Initially wavy in their nature, yes, it is true, and produce a secondary xylem towards the inner side, secondary phloem towards outside, that's also true, and hence all the above statements are correct. Option 4 for question number 46. The following is dead mechanical tissue. Already explained, answer is 3, that is sclerenchyma comparable to parenchyma, cholenchyma. So answer is 3 for question number 47. Assertion reason question. Pectins are abundant in the middle lamella between plant cells. Yes, it is true, because middle lamella is a common cementing layer between two plant cells laid down at the time of cell division, and they are made up of calcium pectate more prominently. Reason, some cells in woody plants have secondary wall and form inner to the primary wall. That's also correct, but explanation is not proper for assertion. So therefore answer 2 for question number 48. 49th question, assertion reason type of question. Xylem of ancient vascular plants are made up of tracheids only. Yes, it is true. Reason, tracheae are chief conducting tissue in flowering plant. That's also correct, but it is not the reason for assertion. So again answer is 2. So option 2 for question number 49. Assertion and reason are true, and reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Reason question. Secondary tissues are formed by both vascular and cork cambium. Yes, vascular cambium produces secondary vascular tissue. Cork cambium produces secondary tissues in the extracellular region. Reason given, gymnosperms do not show secondary growth. That is wrong, because along with dicots, gymnosperms also show secondary growth when comparable to monocots. Only in monocots secondary growth is generally absent, excepting certain exceptional cases where anomalous or abnormal secondary growth may occur. So answer is 3, assertion is true and reason is false. 51, assertion reason question, one more. Endodermis is called as starch sheath in dicot stem. Yes, it is true. Wavy endodermis is present as it is containing abundant starch granules stored in them. And second reason statement given is endodermis of dicot stem contains Casparian band. It is wrong, because it contains starch granules, not Casparian thickening. Hence option 3, assertion is true, reason is false for question number 51. 2 tiers of leaf has been given containing different parts are labeled A, B, C, D, E and F along with G. So answer is represented by second one, adaxial epidermis, that is upper epidermis having lesser or no stomata, lower epidermis having interruptions due to the presence of stomata. So condition is hypostomatic leaves. And in the midrib region you can find the presence of vascular bundle, and in the case of monocot leaves you can find the presence of stomata on both epidermal surfaces, amphistomatic condition, and you can find in the midrib region or in the vein region you can find the presence of xylem followed by phloem, X by P arrangement, and metaxylem towards the lower epidermis, protoxylem towards the upper epidermis. On either surfaces, sclerenchyma forming bundle sheath extension in the case of monocot leaf, and in between epidermis you can find the presence of mesophyll tissue represented by only chlorenchyma, and at some places there are some cells which are larger in size and those cells are called as motor cell. Answer is 2 for question number 52. Meristem textbook diagram. Options A, B, C has been given, so answer is 1, that is A is leaf primordium, and here is apical bud, and this will be representing axillary bud. So A is apical bud, A is leaf primordium, B is apical bud, and C is axillary bud. So answer is option 1 for question number 53. 54th question. The waxy material deposited in a Casparian strip of endodermis is option 1 pectin, option 2 suberin, option 3 it is cellulose, and option 4 is lignin. So answer always it is 2, because waxy substance associated Casparian band is always made up of suberized condition. So suberin is the answer for that, whereas lignin is composition of sclerenchyma, sclerites as well as xylem elements when comparable to suberin. So that option 2 answer for question number 54. 5. Anatomically fairly old dicot root is differentiated from dicot stem by option number 1 absence of secondary phloem, option number 2 presence of cortex, option number 3 position of protoxylem, option number 4 absence of secondary xylem. Answer should be option number 3, because in root system xylem is exarch, whereas in shoot system xylem is endarch. A ring of vascular bundles are present, and xylem is always endarch in stem and xylem is exarch in the root system. So comparable to root and stem, you can identify the presence of endarch condition of xylem in stem and exarch condition of xylem in root system. So option position of protoxylem, answer is 3 for question number 55. 56. Dumbbell shaped stomata, guard cells associated stomata are found in option number 1 hibiscus, option number 2 datura, 3 potato, and option number 4 it is grasses. First 3 examples are dicotyledonous example, so therefore there should be presence of kidney or bean shaped guard cell. So answer should be 4th one for question number 56. So dumbbell shaped guard cells associated with monocot or grasses. 57. How many statements are correct about bast fibers? Textbook statements are given. Statement number 1, these are also called as bast fibers and made up of chlorenchyma cells. It is wrong, because it should be sclerenchyma fibers. Second statement is these are generally absent in primary phloem but are found in secondary phloem. Yes, it is correct statement. So B is correct. Phloem fibers of jute, flax, hemp are used commercially. Yes, it is also true. These are much elongated, branched, and have pointed needle-like apices. So it's wrong, because bast fibers are always unbranched structure when comparable to trichosclerites. Often they will be showing a branching pattern. So therefore D is wrong. E, cell wall of phloem fiber is quite thin. It is wrong, because always fibers are quite thick, helping in protection, mechanical support in the case of plant body. And at maturity they lose their protoplasm and become dead. That is correct statement. So second, third, and the last statement are correct. So 3 statements are correct. Hence option 2 answer for 57. Yes. 58. Identify wrong statement. First statement, the size of vascular bundles are dependent on size of vein in dicot leaf. Yes, it is correct. The parallel venation in monocot leaves is reflected in the near similar sizes of vascular bundle except in the main veins. Yes, it is also correct. Organic compounds like tannins, resins, oils, gums, aromatic substances, and essential oils are deposited in heartwood. That's also correct. At some places, cambium forms a narrow band of parenchyma called primary medullary ray, which passes through secondary xylem and secondary phloem in radial direction. It is wrong, because medullary rays are present in between vascular bundle, whereas secondary medullary rays are present in between the secondary vascular tissue, and it is not primary medullary ray. So option 4 wrong for question number 58. Multiple option. 59. Correct order of sequence of tissues from bark of dicotyledon stem are. Answer should be phloem, diagrammatic representation, then it is phloem, then it is phloderm, followed by primary cortex, then it is primary phloem if it is remaining, then secondary phloem, vascular cambium, followed by secondary xylem extensive, primary xylem and compressed pith. So this is constituting the tissues from outer to inner side. So answer is phloem, phloem, phloderm, primary cortex, primary phloem, secondary phloem. Answer 2 for question number 59. Question number 60. Floating aquatic plants can be represented as dash leaves. So it is based on distribution of stomata. So related with the transport chapter also. However, here epidermal tissue system, if you consider option 1 is hypostomatic, option 2 is amphistomatic, option 3 is astomatic, option 4 is epistomatic. Answer should be fourth one, because floating aquatic plants are exposing their epidermis, upper epidermis to the air comparable to lower epidermis. So stomata cannot be present on the lower epidermis. So therefore answer should be epistomatic, comparable to hypostomatic leaves of normal dicot plants. Amphistomatic characteristically found in the case of monocot plants, and astomatic condition is characteristically found in submerged aquatic plants where functional stomata is generally absent. So answer is 4. Type of vascular bundles of monocots and dicots have been given. Comparison has been given with the monocot root and dicot roots. So differences between wrong differences between dicots, monocots should be answer 3, that is third one and fourth one. Pith is poorly developed in monocot root, it is wrong. It should be well developed in monocot root when comparable to dicot root. Activity of pericycle is not seen in monocot root because secondary growth is completely absent in monocot root system comparable to dicot root. So answer is 3, comparable to other two statements, that is vascular bundle polyarch in monocot root system comparable to diarch to hexarch condition in dicots. Cambium is generally absent, so secondary growth is absent. Present after dedifferentiation, so secondary growth is present in dicot root system. So answer is 3 for 61. 62. Hardwood helps in option number 1 mechanical support, second one circulation of solutes, third one ascent of sap, and fourth one transport of food. Hardwood is non-functional xylem, so therefore it cannot perform any activity. So the answer should be 1 mechanical support should be the answer for question number 62. 3. Vascular tissues of angiosperm differ from those of gymnosperm in first option presence of vessels in xylem, yes. Presence of well-developed sieve tube elements in phloem, that's also correct. Presence of companion cells in phloem, that's also correct, because in gymnosperm tracheids are present, sieve cells and albuminous cells are present instead of sieve tube and companion cell. So therefore all this is the correct comparison between gymnosperms and angiosperm. So it's answer 4 for question number 63. 64. Which of the following statement about sclerites is or are correct? First statement, sclerites are spherical, oval, cylindrical cells with highly thick wall. Yes, it is true. They are dead cells with the suberized cell wall. That is wrong, because sclerenchyma fibers as well as sclerites, they have lignified wall, not suberized wall. So therefore B is wrong. Third statement, found in fruit walls of nuts, pulp of fruits like guava, pear, sapota, and leaves of tea. Yes, it is correct. So first and third statement are correct. Second statement is wrong. Option hence it is 2 for question number 64.
Yes, sir.
65. Cork is impervious to water due to the presence of suberin content, because cork is impermeable cell and it is always made up of suberized cell, and because of that the cells are dead at maturity. So therefore option 3 for question number 65. And when you compare other options, silica deposition often present in one of the pteridophyte called as equisetum, as well as in diatoms, forming silicified diatomaceous earth. Calcium carbonate in cell walls of certain members like Colocasia, representing calcium carbonate crystals, and cuticle is present on the outer epidermis of dicot stem, monocot stem, as well as exposed portions of the plant body. So therefore option 3 answer for question number 65. 66. Pericycle in dicot stem. So dicot stem, again a vascular bundle along with the diagrammatic representation if we consider xylem, cambium, phloem, xylem, cambium, phloem, and here it is constituting medullary ray in between two vascular bundle, and around phloem there is presence of sclerenchyma followed by or alternated by parenchyma. Sclerenchyma, sclerenchyma here, parenchyma here. So together forming alternate patches of sclerenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma, that forms pericycle in the case of dicot system, outer to which you can find the presence of endodermis. So answer is 4, partly sclerenchymatous, partly parenchymatous, comparable to other options. 67. Multicellular hairs present on the stem of dicots are called as option 1 pili, option 2 flagellum, option 3 trichome, option 4 root hair. Answer is 3, because multicellular stem hairs are called as trichome, whereas pili helps in conjugation in bacteria, flagellum helps in lower forms of organism for movement, and root hairs are present on the root system, helps in absorption of water. So answer is 3 for 67.
Yes, sir.
68. Vascular bundle of monocot stem are option number 1 scattered in the pith, option number 2 scattered in the ground tissue. It is correct. Option number 3 collateral, conjoined and closed type, and option number 4 both 2 and 3. So answer should be option number 4, because scattered in the ground tissue along with the conjoined, collateral and closed vascular bundle comparable to first statement is wrong. So answer is 4. 69. Conducting component of xylem in older plants is always sapwood, comparable to heartwood, because heartwood is non-functional. So answer is 1 for question number 69.
Yes.
70th question. Steel includes 1 endodermis, 2nd pericycle, 3rd vascular tissue, 4th pith. Option number 1 if you consider all these, option number 2nd all except A, option number 3 all except B, and option number 4 all except C. So answer should be option number 2, because endodermis constitute innermost layer of cortex and it is not forming a stellar portion. So pericycle vascular bundle along with pith portion forming a stellar portion in stem or root system. Hence 2 for question number 70. 71. As already mentioned in the early part of our discussion, mesophyll tissue of dicot leaf or monocot leaf, it is made up of specialized tissue. In dicots, mesophyll is differentiated into palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Palisade parenchyma towards upper surface, rod shaped elongate structure. Spongy parenchyma, irregular shaped parenchyma cells loosely arranged with the prominent intracellular spaces. So answer should be 1 for question number 71. Palisade parenchyma towards upper surface and spongy parenchyma towards lower surface. Only palisade or spongy parenchyma that may be present in monocotyledonous leaf comparable to dicot leaves. So answer is 1 for 71. Question number 72. In dorsiventral leaf, phloem is found, first option between xylem, second option above the xylem, third option around the xylem, and fourth option in between xylem. So answer should be always 1, either in dorsiventral leaf or isobilateral leaf, that is dicot or monocot leaves. Xylem always towards the upper surface and phloem towards the lower surface, and you can easily remember in the form of X by P arrangement in the case of leaf, when comparable to xylem towards the inner side comparable to outer side in the case of stem, or radial arrangement of tissues in the case of root system of plants. So answer is 1. Question number 73. Vascular bundle in dicot stem are already explained in the earlier slide also. First option, conjoined, collateral, open and endark. Second one, scattered throughout the ground tissue. Third one, arranged in rows. And fourth option, oval in shape. It is answer is 1. Conjoined, collateral, open and endark xylem is characteristically found in dicot stem. So answer is 1 for 73. 74. Dendrochronology refers to study of external features of an organism. Second option, finding the age of animals based on number of teeth. Third option, determining age of plants by counting the number of annual ring. And fourth option, study of pollen grains and its morphology. So answer should be 3, because after many years of secondary growth, annual rings can be properly counted, and based on annual ring, approximate age of the plant body can be determined, and that process or method is called as dendrochronology. Dendro means wood, chronology means age. So dendrochronology, finding age of plants by counting annual ring. Answer is 3 for question number 74. 75. The tissue which lie in between xylem and phloem of dicot root is called as option 1, complementary tissue, option 2, conjunctive tissue, option 3, mesophyll tissue, option 4, ground tissue. So xylem and phloem, xylem tetrarch condition in dicot stem or polyarch condition in monocot stem, root, and in between xylem and phloem element, the tissue are represented by parenchyma, and this tissue is called as conjunctive tissue. Answer hence it is 2 for question number 75. Complementary tissue is present associated with the lenticel, so first option is not possible. Mesophyll tissue is present in between epidermis of leaf, so that's not answer. Ground tissue, when cortex is not differentiated, it is called as ground tissue in monocot stem. So answer should be 2nd for question number 75. Thank you.